Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you one of my favourite shoulder openers. So this is a really nice exercise for anyone who, like me, carries their stress in their shoulders and tends to find that their shoulders tense up and kind of do this throughout the day. This is something that you can practice a number of times a day if you just need to take a break and find that sense of relaxing and ease in your shoulders, across the chest. It's really good as well for the shoulder blades and this part just between the shoulder blades, the middle upper back. If you do find that that's an area you tend to tense up and get stuck, this should hopefully really help with that. We're also going to turn this at the end into a little flow, so you're welcome to carry on for the whole video or just do the first part if you prefer. And hopefully the flow is something that will lift your energy a little bit, something if you want to get the heart beating a little bit faster, and just sort of lift your mood a little bit. It should really help. You don't need anything potentially, unless you find it difficult to sit back on your heels. So I like to practice this movement from kneeling. If you get here and you do find that you've got any pain in your knees or hips or in the tops of the feet, one option is that you can put a cushion or a couple of cushions between your bum and your heels. So you can just sort of sandwich it in there between the sit bones and the feet. A second option, if you need to lift your hips up a little bit higher, is if you have a yoga block, then that's ideal. But obviously not everyone has a yoga block, so I'm going to show you how you can also do this with a set of hefty books. So if you are a member of staff at the Reader, I'm assuming that you've got plenty of big books that you can use for this. I have got The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles by Haruki Murakami, Moby Dick, and Bleak House by Charles Dickens. So, sorry Dickens, but so you just place the books underneath your sit bones again, and then sit back. So I'll just show you what I've done there. So the books are in between my heels, and then just sit down as if you were just sitting on a seat on top of the books. So possibly choosing something that you don't mind getting a little bit squished. Okay. Once you've found whatever you need to feel comfortable, feel free just to relax the shoulders. You can close your eyes and take a few deep breaths just to settle into your body and settle into the moment. Take your time to gather any last little bits that you need, grabbing cushions or books or whatever it is. Okay, and then we'll begin. So start off by interlacing your hands into a sort of fist, so interlacing your fingers in front of you, and then press your hands away from you, so the palms of your hands are going away from you and your arms are straight, and then lifting up the palms of your hands towards the ceiling. Okay, and then from here just turn your head from side to side. So quite often when we come into this position, the neck, the shoulders can start to actually tense up. So a little bit of rolling the head from side to side, tipping it one way and another can help with that. Okay. And then we're going to start to press up through the right palm of the hand. So almost as if you were trying to stretch the right side of your rib cage a little bit longer. So it's not a complete side bend. It's just lifting up through that right side of the rib cage, right arm. And then lowering, and then lifting up as if you wanted to stretch the skin on the left side of the rib cage a little bit longer. And then keep moving like this, shimmying one side of the rib cage and then the other up. Again, just breathing nice and steadily, some deep breaths. And then we're going to start to imagine that we're drawing invisible circles on the ceiling with the palms of the hands. So going slowly to begin with, going in one direction and then the other. And you might find at some points you just want to release the arms, give your hands a little shake, your arms a little shake, and then come back into it. It can be quite intense for the first time that you do it. So just exploring your range of motion with these circles to begin with. Maybe small and contained is just what you need today. Let your head and your neck move with you nice and freely. If you feel like you've got a little bit more space in the shoulders and the upper back, you could start to investigate a wider circling action with the arms going over the head, down and round. Keep changing direction. Slight engagement around the navel as well, so almost as if you were bringing attention to this area around your navel, and a slight drawing in of your navel towards your spine, so that it's not just really wobbly and kind of like wet spaghetti, but it's actually quite an active movement. And then pause with the hands pressed away from you. I'll just turn to the side so that you can see this. Hands pressed away from you, chin towards the chest and the tailbone tucked under. So you've got this rounding of the spine and the upper back. And once you find yourself in this position, then just start to sway the arms from side to side. And obviously the shoulders, the back, the chest are all attached to the arms, so they'll start to sway from side to side as well. And working out how you can best get into that portion between the shoulder blades, sending deep breaths there, moving in a way that feels like an internal massage into that area. And then one last press up with the arms, inhaling. Exhale. Release. Give the arms a shake. Wiggle the shoulders. Turn the head side to side. You can probably feel a bit of heaviness, tingling in your shoulders and your arms. And that's just the fresh oxygenated blood and the fluids coming back into your tissues, your joints, so it's all good stuff. So obviously we did that movement quite slowly. You can do it as sort of quite quickly or as slowly as you want to, but it's the circles and then the pressing away and the swaying to get into the upper back. So feel free to find your sort of own way into it. If you'd like to come with me, we're gonna turn this now into a moving flow, just from the same kneeling position to start opening the chest. So again, finding the blocks, the books, whatever you want to sit on to help you feel comfortable sitting back on the heels. Actually, I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see this a little bit better. So we're going to do this with the breath. So as you inhale, feel free to watch me the first time round. As you inhale, you're going to clasp your hands in front of you, interlace the hands and draw them towards you. Exhale, pressing the palms away from you, rounding the back. Inhale, press down through your shins to lift your bum up and come to standing on the knees. As you reach the top of the inhale, lift the chest, gaze up, and then exhale as you release your arms and float your hips all the way back down to seated. Okay, so we're going to repeat that a few times to come into this continuous flow. So when you're ready, inhale, interlace the fingers, draw the hands towards you. Exhale, press the palms away from you, round the back, tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhaling as you press into your shins to lift your hips up, your arms come up with you, gaze up, lift the chest, then exhale, float the arms wide as you come all the way back down to seated. Inhaling, drawing the hands towards you. Exhaling, pressing them away, rounding the back. Inhale, lifting everything up. Lift the chest at the last moment. Then exhale, floating all the way back down to seated. Inhaling. Exhaling to press away and round. Inhaling, lifting up. Slight back bend at the top maybe. And then exhale, coming back down. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling, drawing it towards you. Exhaling, pressing the palms away. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, open, and then soften down. Last time. Inhaling, let the breath begin the movement. As you exhale, then you press the palms away and round the spine. The inhale begins and then you lift all the way up. And then exhale, open and float down. Bring your arms behind you. Hold on to opposite forearm with opposite hand. And just have one last moment in a little gentle heart opener, taking a few deep breaths into the front of the chest. Take one last big inhale through your nose and then sigh the breath out. Release the arms, relax everything. Take a moment in a comfortable seat, and if that's not kneeling, then just choose something else. To just close the eyes, soften the body and the breath, and simply check in with how you're feeling now. Paying attention to the beating of your heart in your chest. Any new sense of spaciousness, any new energy you might have created in the body. And noticing this as a gift to take into the rest of the day with you.